next guest has been described as a rock and roll goddess. She's had #1 hits in the 70s, 80s and 90s and just about to release a greatest hits album. Please welcome Debbie, Harry, Deborah. Hi, Deborah. Hello. How are you? Nice to see you. I'm good. This is Mel. I think I made a boo-boo there because I sort of said Debbie. Now, is it Debbie or is it Deborah now?
Well, it can be either one according to how good or bad I am.
Oh.
You know, Deborah was when I was very bad.
Mm-hmm. But it was kind of Debbie in some movies. It was Debbie that always did the naughty things. But Deborah's, yeah, I think so. Well, maybe I watched the wrong movie. Deborah, Harry, is it a maturity thing? Have you suddenly said, I want it to sound a little more classy, a little bit more upmarket?
Well, I think that, you know, I sort of didn't feel too Debbie for a while, you know. Yeah. But I don't know if it really bothers me so much. But Deborah's so much prettier.
Yeah. It is a nice thing.
Wouldn't matter. It was always Blondie, isn't it?
Yes, it was always Blondie. Where did Blondie come from?
The gutter. No, the street. Actually, it was a sort of a street. You know, street noise kind of name. You know, people would yell out.
But like, as you walk by, somebody yell out.
Yeah,
what, construction workers, all those kind of guys.
Yeah, truck drivers.
Yeah. You were always the focus of the band, though, weren't you? In the 70s. It's weird, actually. It's an unbelievable story. 70s, yes, disbanded in 1982, and then in the 90s, probably 96 or 97, about 17 years later, first album, #1.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you work a miracle like that?
Well, I don't know how they do it, but I'm just glad it happened. Yeah. I don't know. I guess we were really lucky that we have such loyal fans, and I think the song was good too.
Oh, what a bad song.
It was a great song.
Thank you.
As we were saying, you've had hits in 70s, 80s, 90s, and there's lots of bands out there who, you know, dream of doing that. But you're also big influence on a lot of bands now. And Blondie, for them, was the reason why they started in the first place.
It's true.
It's true.
I mean, Atomic Kitten was one of our top girl groups over here.
Yeah.
They just had #1 with your song, Tied His Heart. As a matter of fact, we've got a little clip here. Have a little look at the girls. No, this is you. This is the original. This is the original view.
Oh, no.
I'm not the kind of girl who gives up just like that. Oh, no. Tide is high, but I'm holding on.
When you see and you read about kids like Atomic Kitten doing your songs, you feel a kind of sense of pride. You think, go get your own song. What do you feel?
Oh, no, I think it's sort of remarkable. As a matter of fact, we didn't write the song. John Holt wrote the song, and he had a group, I think it was called the Paragons, and they had a hit with it way back when. I guess it might have been in the 60s. And then we brought it back, you know, in sort of the late 70s, and now it's come back again. So he must really be over the moon about it.
Solid song, yeah.
Now you're here to do a tour with INXS all over the country.
That's right.
We were talking to Dolly Parton a few weeks ago, and she was saying that when she travels, she actually carries around with her microwave.
And loads of stuff.
A creature comfort. She brings her microwave. Is there anything sort of strange that you kind of travel with?
Who said that? Dolly Parton?
Dolly. She said she takes her own pillow.
Her own microwave in the hotel room to warm up food in the middle of the night in case she gets hungry.
That's nice. I think that's very good. She's such a smart woman. She's great. Yeah. No, I think a pillow. I always like to have my little pillow with me. I don't know. Creature comforts.
I think a pillow will do for now. I want to talk to you about something. You always had this kind of affinity with Marilyn Monroe, right? I mean, you had pictures of Marilyn Monroe around the house, didn't you? That's what we read.
Yeah. I did have a picture of Marilyn Monroe, and it was quite an unusual picture that I've never seen really reproduced anywhere, where she was in Mexico City, and she was sitting on a couch, and she was completely surrounded by these very macho Mexican men, and they were all sort of like leaning over her. It was an unusual picture.
So did her death, because I believe at one time you used to pretend that she was your mother in your mind, didn't you? Or is that another figment of the press?
I think that sort of was something that happened very early on and sort of got blown out of proportion, but rightly so, because I mean she was such an influence and such a great actress that, you know, she really left such a strong impression on people. She really changed the mores, you know, for modern women.
Yeah.
Now, also reading about you that Andy Warhol did a painting of you.
Yes, he did.
Which is amazing, isn't it? Do you own that painting?
I do own that painting, but you know, as Andy, his thing was all, you know, photography and silkscreen, so everything was just reproduced, you know, like mad. So it was quite a nice series, you know, and I've always loved the colors that he chooses, you know, it's always very nice.
We'll get back to the Marilyn Monroe painting, because that was very famous. And if you've still got this, I'd brush it off, and it's got to be worth a few bucks by now, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Now, does your attitude, well, it does. Your attitude to maturity is very refreshing, and it's candid. You're honest. I mean, you've said, if the time comes surgery is required, I'll run to it.
That's right.
You wouldn't sort of worry about anybody saying, oh, she's had this
I've
done?
been stalking a, you know, plastic surgeon for years.
You're stalking?
Yeah.
What, for a freebie, was it?
Just, you know, getting him ready, getting him used to me, and, you know.
People have said from the word go, you're a pop icon, you're a rock and roll goddess. Do you feel under pressure to keep looking beautiful all the time?
Well, I think, yes I am. Of course, I think I'm in the business, and I also feel better. I mean, I think when you look better, you feel better.
What about those years you called, I think your description, the ice cream years, when you did sort of, you know, put on a lot of weight?
Yeah, I just ate ice cream.
That all?
Yeah.
You just ate ice cream, nothing else?
I ate some chocolate sprinkles, too.
I think someone should make Blondie the movie. That would be, I mean, if you think, well, I really do, because there's a heck of a story there, isn't there? Secretary, you were a secretary one time?
Oh, yeah.
You were a cocktail waitress?
Yeah.
You were a Playboy bunny?
Really?
Were you really where was that, in Chicago?
New York City.
To get to meet Hugh Hefner?
Not until about a year and a half ago.
Who would play you if they did this movie? Can you think of anyone who would be good to play you?
I don't know. I've thought of a lot of, you know, girls that would sort of, you know, have a slight resemblance to. You know, what's her name? Pfeiffer.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We sort of have a
I'll have a
similar
word with
structure.
Michelle for it.
That is those wonderful cheekbones that you have.
And Kirsten Dunst, I thought was also be good.
Yeah, well, I got a feeling that could happen. I got a funny feeling that could happen along the way.
All right.
Anyway, have fun on the tour. And thank you very much, Deborah, Harry.
Thank you, Deborah. Nice to meet you.
Thanks, Deborah. Okay, don't forget to ring us and tell us about everyday things you'd like to see make a comeback in your life. Stuff you miss, little silly things, you know, you won't see anymore, they've taken them away.
Call us on 0901 332 0123 or email us on today@desandmel.tv.
I'll be back soon after this.
Back
See you
soon.
then. Join
See you in
us.
a minute.